Hello there, and welcome to another Synth Soundset walkthrough with me, the Unfinished. Today we're doing our second Soundset walkthrough of the day, because I'm doing a double release for TAL-Pha. The first one was Coda, which was a kind of widescreen techno Soundset. This one is Phoenix, which is more about exploring the darker elements, the grubbier elements, shall we say, of Synthwave. So we've got that retro futuristic vibe, but a little bit more aggressive, a little bit darker. Think of artists like Carpenter Brute, Perturbator, those guys, and there's even a bit of Gunship, yeah. I said that like someone had shouted that out from the audience. Doesn't work like that, Matthew. But yes, also with that sort of cinematic vibe, obviously Cliff Martinez and the whole Drive feel, but also guys like Steve Moore, and even stuff like Tangerine Dream and Kraftwerk to a certain extent, one might say. So sci-fi dystopia, but also I'm hearing these sounds a lot on. There's a lot of Netflix crime documentaries set in the 80s, and so you need your sort of darker synthwave sounds for that kind of thing. I guess that's giving you a clue to what sort of thing I watch. Anyway, let's have a look. So here we are, TAL-Pha, looking resplendent in a kind of muted dark green kind of vibe. I wonder if anyone can recognize what soft synth this color scheme is based on. So I've done 50 color schemes based on my favorite hardware and software gear. It's going to be part of whether you buy Phoenix or Coda, or the Phoenix and Coda double bundle thing that I'm releasing at the same time. Have a look, have a think, and I'll reveal all in a bit. But we're going to start off with the Arps section. Of course we are. Lovely. So we've got a handful of Arps, because Arps are quite good for that synthwave vibe, I think. Let's see what the mod wheel does on this. So there's mod wheel programming on every patch. Because it's based on the Roland Juno Roland Alpha Juno 2. We are somewhat limited with what we can do with the mod wheel, because it's copying the hardware, so we can control the filter, some pitchiness and some filter LFO there. We're not going to do anything super complex. Mostly it's just going to be opening the filter to a certain extent. So as well as that sort of, pumping synthwave vibe you get from like Gunship and Perturbator and stuff, these sounds work quite well in an ambient vibe, and therefore that's why they've got that cinematic style to it, I think. So this one's grubby and noisy, but it's also quite lush and ambient at the same time. I'm sure you know what I mean. And then when we move into the bass lines, that's when we get a bit more of the in-your-faceness, I guess. And here I've used the sample and hold LFO to add a little sort of intrigue and interest to a fairly simple bass line vibe. Oh, I'd be going back in to do some quantization there, I can tell you. So I guess in some ways it kind of straddles a bit between synthwave and cyberpunk, because it is that sort of slightly darker, more pumping vibe, I guess. Sounds like I'm trying to do the Doctor Who bassline, isn't it? But no. Of course, if you're not into synthwave or even cyberpunk, these sounds still give you a really good just collection of authentic analog stuff. I probably will edit out the sneeze there. It was quite loud. That's all I need, isn't it? Sneezing. Moving on to basses. So, you know, we like a good retro-futuristic analog bass, don't we? And it's got that lovely Juno vibe. And you get a nice bit of grit and dirt in there with the noise oscillator, but it's easy to overdo it as well, so you have to be very judicious when making those decisions. Lovely resonant filter. I do like TAL-Pha for basses, it's good. Nice bit of sync action. As I like to say when I'm doing the washing up. Lovely jubbly, more sync weirdness. This is very Juno, isn't it? Mod wheel up. Bit more wobble. It's very easy to dial in drift on these sounds. So obviously you've got your LFO here, and then you can add a little bit more through the mod wheel as well. this soundset would also be quite useful for recreating that kind of John Carpenter vibe, those sort of early 80s synth film soundtracks. Nice and punchy. Oh, this is very retro. Odd wheel. That's rather fun. One last bass, I think. Of course, if you think this is a little bit sort of dark and too mono and retro, the easiest way to sort of fix that is to slap on some chorus. And you get that width, and it's nice. Okay, some drums. Isn't that cute? Splashy toms. Drums. And then onto keys. We've got a handful of keys, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we've got a few keys and then leads, some pads and stuff. Again, a bit like Coda, it's more based on the sort of the less sequenced stuff. So we have got lots of keys and leads and basses and stuff. That's a very curious sound. Oops. I had a longer release than this been. Did I play? Oh, I spoilt it with my stupid brain. One last key. And then we can shuffle into the void that is leads. I think we've got quite a few mono synth leads in here just to get that sort of... Ah, here's a fun one. So as part of when I was playing around in the studio, I let my daughters make a patch. They fiddled with some stuff. Yeah, they fiddled with the envelopes and the filters and chose which oscillators to do and stuff. And then I cleaned it up a bit afterwards to make it slightly more listenable. So this is my youngest daughter, Charlie. She's 7. What do you think? Chip off the old block? Who knows? And more leads. Sorry about that. Ah, and here's my other daughter. So Amelia, she's 9, and this is her cleaned up patch. I don't know, what do you reckon? Shall I let them do their own sound set? Put your comments underneath. Certainly save me a bit of time. It wouldn't, would it? Though, because you have to fix the weirdness when they go start. They're not altogether understanding of pitch, which can be complex. Yet more leads. And are we still leads? Yep. All right, one last lead, I think. And then, do we have any loops? We do. What's this? So there we have some kicks, and some hats. Of course, there's a bit Assault on Precinct 13, isn't there? And then we'll get to some pads, shall we? That's the mod wheel. Something a little bit subtler there for a change. Lots of long releases on these. Bit of a gated pad here. Oh, my studio chair's been very noisy today. Ooh. Right, and that's a harmonic patch, so don't try and play that. Let's start again. So synced harmonics gives it kind of an edgy vibe, I guess. Right, so we've got some soundscapes on the Synthwave Fenix sound set that we didn't have on the coder, but not too many. So that's quite nice and simple. A more inharmonic and difficult one, this one. Let's turn over that mod wheel. That's rather pretty in a dark way. And we've got some sound effects as well. Yes. A little thwarpy sound. Cool, and then are we on to sequences? Again, not too many sequences because we are a little restricted by the arpeggiator. And again, I'm having some fun with the sample and hold LFO to just make it move a bit differently. Try just hit one key at once, Matthew. Got a minor third vibe going on there. So here we're using the sample and hold LFO on the pitch to give us something sort of weird and sci-fi and synthwavy like that. Actually, going back to that one, let's just move back to this. So obviously that's at full. You get less variation as you come down, so until you've got so, you know, change it to your taste. And then we're finally onto synths. So we've got a gated synth here. But it's mono. Which is interesting. And of course you could quite easily just make it polyphonic and play some chords. Which is not easy to time. I can tell you what we've got here. A sort of vibrato, brassy kind of patch. Old man, that's how I feel today. Clearly, having got up at 6 o'clock. And this is a fun one, I seem to remember. Some lovely sync fun. Is that the last one? Yes, it is. So there, we have come to the end, my friends. Don't do a French accent, you fool! Sorry about that. Don't know what happened there. Anyway, too late in the day to cut it out. It's at the end of the video. Oh my god. Anyway, shh. Pretend that never happened. I did that after I said shush. Just over me talking. I went shh. I've lost my mind. Anyway, so yes, this is TAL-Pha Fenix. 150 patches for £19.99 plus VAT. if you paid. And I'll be bundling this together with Coda to create a limited time bundle. I guess is the obvious word there. And that'll be $29.99 plus VAT together. So nice chunky saving, which is good. And because I'm releasing 2 sound sets at once for TAL-Pha, Coda and Phoenix, that means I'm now doing a TAL-Pha bundle. So that will come also with the Omnia Fjall edition, my very first TAL-Pha sound set. I can't remember the price, 40 something pounds. That gives you all of my TAL-Pha sounds all in one go. If you're interested in any of the TAL-Pha sound sets and you don't have TAL-Pha, I can give you a 10% discount on TAL-Pha or off TAL-Pha, both work, when you buy one of my TAL-Pha sound sets. So if you don't have it and you want to get it, buy one of my TAL-Pha sound sets, email me to say, I would like a discount code for TAL-Pha, please, and I will send you one. 10% off, it's not bad. And finally, did you guess what the GUI was based on? No? Okay. I tried really hard. So this is Silent 1. This is the sort of oscillator B color scheme. So this is the green color scheme rather than the sort of the red color scheme. Did I also do the red color scheme? I did, you know. So I'll be really giving 50 GUI color schemes for TAL-Pha with any of these Coda and Phoenix sound sets. They're based on my favorite hardware and software gear. So this is where you enter all your hex codes if you haven't seen these yet. So load takes you to your documents page, so you can decide where to put your color schemes. I've got them in a TAL-Pha folder here. So if we get software, so we're using the Silent B. Silent A gives you that slightly sort of, what do you think? It's redder, maroon, chestnutty. I don't know, but it's rather fetching. And yes, so you can choose whatever mood fits you. You can choose and whichever GUI you want. And like I say, there's 50 to choose from. I've actually done loads more as well. So I'll probably release some more next time I do a TAL-Pha sound set, which I'm sure I will do because I've got lots more TAL-Pha patches saved away in my folders. Yes. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to some darker synthwave sounds. There's some brighter ones as well. Whether you're doing synthwave, whether you just want some electronic analog sounds, or whether you just want to go, you know what, this sort of sound will work with my scoring on this particular project, etc. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you buy it because that's what keeps me going. And hope you enjoyed my daughter's patches. Shall I let them do an entire sound set? Could be interesting, couldn't it? Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Much appreciated. Bye-bye.